congratulations to the officers that have been inducted today, and of course to the new members. We started the support to the Lions Club in 2013, and I'm so happy that after my presidency, this club continues to be very active at Pamantasan and Pasig. So I wish everyone the best of luck in for today, I'm going to be discussing acts of sustainable development. So I will first.
Called LORETO.
Dr. Randy Max Bulakit, Professor Marlon Maglipas, the President of TRAC, Dr. Echel Antero of the First City Presidential College, where I had the privilege of being there in 2009 with Teachers Helping Teachers to deliver an in-service training for the Department of Education, City of San Jose del Monte in Bulacan. And of course, Dr. Shirley Agrupi is the President, University President of the Mariano Marcos State University, which provided the support to this convention. Night, and this is Attorney Amihan April M. Alcazar, Ph.D., your host for the Career Assistance Program. So you can follow and subscribe to us on our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts. So here with me tonight in the studio is Dr. James Loreto PISCOS of San Beda University. So can you give some greetings to our viewers, please, Dr. PISCOS?
Hello, good afternoon, good day, good morning, good night to all, whatever time zone you are. Let me greet you Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, and welcome to see. Nice to see everyone.
Thank you so much for giving us your valuable time for tonight. So it's a very interesting segment that we will be discussing. So let me just review a little bit about what we are actually speaking about for today. So as we know, most educational institutions will have three particular functions. Which are, of course, instruction and curriculum, research, and extension. So for tonight's segment, we will be speaking specifically about extension. And
about the association that you represent, Dr. Bissos, as the president of the Philippine Association of Extension Program Implementers. So can you kindly introduce to us your association and the concept of extension to our viewers?
The Philippine Association Extension Program Implementers actually designed to be part of that triad which we have in the academy, which is the instruction, research, and extension. And it is integrated in a sense that the PAEPI is there to provide a lot of opportunities and platforms and to work with students, faculty, in the academy to reach that way of helping people help themselves through research-based projects or even advocacies for that matter, Dr. Attorney Alcazar.
Yes.
So PAEPI is actually a global organization because we have network with different countries and then we are working with their projects as well. So it's really a web of network that we can find where our counterparts in the other countries are learning from us and we learn from them. So it's really a good opportunity for people in the academy to sustain their project, to eventually, in a way, extend their expertise to communities by having this collaboration with different people abroad.
Yeah, so how can we benefit from that as faculty members, students, and even researchers when we are actually involved in extension activities?
Well, there are a lot. First, in the area of the integration of research and extension, because when you talk about extension, we are not just helping people, but we are trying to look into the impact of our project, of the way we help people. So, for example, we have a narrative of a certain project. For example, we have before a particular project was implemented, what was the situation of people, and then after the implementation, what was the result in the outcome. So we will be able to get a story if there's an impact in terms of quantity and in terms of quality of life. So that's one. And research will allow you to see if how that impact has contributed to the improvement of people's lives. So that's one. Number two, another way of looking at it is how your expertise is being polished, being deepened
Or developed.
In the process of going to the reality of the people. So for example, if you are into agriculture, for example, and you are extending your knowledge to a specific community, you apply the knowledge. At the same time, it's a kind of a dialogical process, Dr. Alcazar, where there's a reality and you have your expertise and you dialogue it. You are able to develop and express, and eventually you are able to progress your knowledge by understanding more what is going on in the reality. And the reality as well is being helped by your new discoveries in your theory. So there's a theory and an experience all into ideological process. That framework is important.
Yes, and especially because you mentioned about the international dimension, how do you relate then extension to the achievement of the so-called sustainable development goals as promoted by the United Nations?
Yes, that's true, because when you talk about sustainability, it's an important component in extension because we cannot just come and go in a certain project. The real goal of PAEPI and of course of extension in general is about sustainability, and sustainability means empowerment, and people are getting empowered and they can continue and sustain the program. So in the case of the partners who have also their framework of extension and expertise and research, we can learn from their theories, we can learn from their projects, we learn from its success story, because they have success story there, and that success story can be used in our local communities, and our local communities also have our own success story. And the process, they learn from our story, and probably in the process we'll be able to get support, not just financial, but also a kind of development support where people and even the managers of the project will be able to not just get fund, but get a kind of collaboration, partnership with this institution. And a partnership means success for both parties, which means also a success in that framework of education, where we can find research, extension, and instruction. So there's a deepening and integration of these three important parts of education,
Yes.
which is research, which is instruction, and extension.
So how would you encourage the stakeholders of the education sector, who are our viewers basically, to actually involve themselves and participate in extension activities that could be of value for deepening both their expertise and also immersing themselves in the lives of others in a positive way?
To encourage them means they have to know the issue, of course.
Yes.
They have to know what's the reality in the field. And they know that by means of coordinating first in their local colleges or their school. There are offices there, and specific office is the one of the extension program, or
Yes.
they call it engagement, community engagement center, or community involvement center. These centers will eventually be a mechanism that will allow them or facilitate them to go into projects. If none, then there are other options, like for example, even small projects in NSTP,
Yes.
or small project in entrepreneurship, other academic or program based that has a way of doing it in communities, could be a small step in fulfilling that kind of engaging themselves to projects that will benefit communities. So that's one. Number two, it's good to look beyond the project itself. They have to go into a kind of, I like to use a term, drone. How do you know about drone?
Yes.
Drone. There's a small
Small
project.
project,
Then,
and then-
if you go into drone, you go backward. You get into the
Yes.
bigger picture of it,
Yes.
and eventually, once you get bigger picture of it,
Then
you will have
see
more
that
people
yes,
in
involved.
involved. Not only more people, but the issues are getting bigger,
Yes.
and they can be widening their social concepts,
and
their
horizons.
horizons, and eventually giving them more opportunities in different fields, and
Yes.
eventually in the process they become integrated individuals.
Mhm.
They are not just into a kind of in their field only, but they are now collaborating with other departments or other fields, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, or even transdisciplinary.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think this is a wide opportunity that
Mhm.
could be actually mined by many of our participants from the education sector. So how would you like to promote PAEPI now to the different institutions in the country so that they may take an interest in becoming extensionists?
Okay. We have a website, paep.org, no? Paep.org. Actually, paep.org. We have a global.
Yes.
We have, our network is global because our officers and our organizational structure are composed of the structures are composed of people from different countries. Like the one heading right now is from Romania, from the US, from Japan. So we get in touch with them, and we will help you have that opportunity to contact eventually with these institutions. And that's number one. So please look into the try to go
Website,
into that
yes.
website, paep.org.
Yes.
And then you can contact me also, James Loreto PISCOS at yahoo.com,
Yes.
or also jpiscos at edu.ph, at jpiscos at sanbeda.edu.ph. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so they can contact me for more details about what we're talking,
Yes.
Dr. Attorney Alcazar.
Yeah,
Mm.
so definitely we'd like to encourage both the faculty and the students to be involved in extension, and for the institutions to become institutional members, and we also encourage individual members, right? For
Yes,
PAEPI.
yes, yeah.
So that you could actually also present in the annual conventions.
Yeah, there's an opportunity to
Yes.
present the research or papers. And then when you are attending that convention or that conference, you will be able to also hear the other success story of other participants. Because the more that you are able to listen and be able to engage yourself in that conversation with other people,
Yes.
then you have an exchange of ideas, and that it will further advance your field.
Yes.
So that's really an important part, to really update yourself where you are right now.
Yeah, so there are many facets to extension that can definitely be explored by all of our members in the academic community. So can you give them the very last words of promoting and encouraging, of course, our viewers to look into extension, especially now in view of the situation that we have during the pandemic, during this disaster? What can you say to our stakeholders?
Yeah,
please?
yeah. When I talk about life, and I talk about life is not just about ourselves. No, we have to go beyond ourselves, and we always hear about becoming a person for others. And we have to translate that caption, that line of cliche, person of others, into reality by having specific, very concrete projects. And this project could be in the form of advocacy, or in the form of short or long-term project. But what's important is you begin to have a step to do that. So you can do that by collaboration. So you can collaborate to us. If you have no idea yet what to do, then collaborate to us, and we can help you. We can coach you, or we can be your partner in advancing whatever you want in life. And believe me, life is not just about eating, drinking, or whatever you do.
Being merry.
Yes, and being merry, but Merry Christmas. But it's more than that, because life becomes meaningful when we engage ourselves to help people help themselves. So in that process of helping people help themselves, so people are empowered and people are able to have a better way of living. So in the process, it becomes meaningful. So the meaning can only be seen in the way you look at them, in a way that cannot be seen in the naked eye, but probably something that you can feel, that is something, there's a kind of purpose that you are doing, and that purpose will move you to the beyond that we are calling.
Yes, and extension is one of the more effective or most effective ways of actually involving themselves. So
the word extension, extend
itself,
yourself.
yes,
Extend
yourself, right?
Extend yourselves.
Yes,
and extend yourselves in your expertise and research, and extend yourselves in helping people help themselves.
Yes. So that has been such a fruitful and productive discussion, Dr. James PISCOS.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the year to come, 2022, we will be having a lot of participants in our extension activities, so that they can derive more meaning into what they're doing, and especially those in the academic community to extend themselves.
Extend themselves
outside of the community and the four corners of the classroom. And maybe now even look into the virtual workspace, so that they can extend themselves beyond.
And extending themselves is really an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for new relationship, opportunity for new meaning, opportunity for a better tomorrow.
Yes. And so with that, we're hoping that PAEPI will continue with its very vibrant community and stakeholders. And I wish you the best of luck for a happy new year for 2022 for yourself, your family, and of course to the PAEPI family, Philippine Association of Extension Program Implementers. So thank you so much for joining me here in the studio.
Thank you also for inviting me very shortly.
Yes.
And I hope that I have given a lot, so and please contact and try to connect to our website, so that you'll be able to see more about what PAEPI means.
Yes, thank you so much. So this has been your host for the Career Assistance Program, Attorney Amian April M. Alcazar, Ph.D., airing every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. here at the Education Channel. You can follow, and subscribe to us in all our social media platforms. So till next time, stay safe and healthy, everyone, and good evening. Thank you.
Thank you. So
thank you. Okay.
A pleasant morning to everyone. Before we start our convention, let me acknowledge some of the major participants of today's convention. We have Vice Admiral Eduardo Maria R. Santos, Senator Sherwin T. Gatchalian, Mr. Bill Nguyen, Dr. Brent A. Jones, Professor Stephen Ray Gershon, Professor Michael Furmanovsky, Professor Nicholas Gromik, Dr. Maria Cristina Dragomir, and the PAEPI Global Officials. We have Dr. Amihan April M. Alcazar, the National President of PAEPI Global, and Dr. Angelica Bailon, President Emeritus of PAEPI Global.
And to all the speakers, although I was not able to listen entirely to the entire presentation, but I just received a message from my president, Admiral Santos, if it is possible to get a copy of the entire presentation, so we can apply all those in MAAP, in our institution, although it's a maritime institution, but we are into innovation.
Thank you very much. Imagine we were able to gather together people from 3 continents of the world: Asia, Europe, and Australia, okay? And from the different places or cities here in the Philippines, okay? So once again, thank you so much. See you all in the 10th International PAEPI Convention.